Hi there, this is Callum Thompson, e-learning support officer for the business school. This is the fourth in a series of 6 short videos which are looking at this Moodle unit self-checklist, which is a good list to run through at the start of any academic year or at the start of any term, just to check the content you've got on Moodle and check kind of that you've got relevant information there on how it's structured. So in previous videos we've looked at instructions and expectations, support for students and assessment. This video we're going to look at organisation and content, the fourth point down. And there's 4 criteria that we're going to look at. We're going to look at our weekly or topic sections consistently named and structured using headings and labels that are appropriately formatted, using styles provided by the MMU Moodle template. Our lecture notes and handouts provided in appropriate formats before students will need them. Our files that are linked to for downloading an appropriate size so they can be conveniently downloaded off campus, and our explicit instructions provided for interactive activities such as forums, quizzes and assessment. So let's go into our Moodle unit that have been kindly loaned by one of the lecturers in the business school to do a quick critique on. If we scroll down and if we consider the first point, which is the weekly, the consistency of the weekly topic sections titles. If we scroll down and have a look at a couple of them, the first one here is in this grey background, which is it's activated by assigning the heading 2 style to the text within the editing option for this. There's actually a little video of how to do that on the Kelt YouTube site. But what we've got here is we've got the grey background, which is part of the Moodle standard template, which is good. Makes it really clear where the start of the week or topic is. It's in weekly format, so it's by default got the date at the top, but that's displayed nicely. And then it's got the title, the introduction and overview, and then it's got the lecturer's name here as well. So it's a nice clear introduction to that week. If we scroll down, then we'll see that within the next week we also have the title and the lecturer's name, and in the next one we also have the title and lecturer's name. So they're consistent throughout and they're very clear what the week or topic or the week is about. So if I jump back into my checklist, tick this one off, so that one's all fine. Our lecture notes and handouts provided in an appropriate format before students will need them. Let's have a quick look again. So in each of the weeks we have some videos which are easy to access. This one's on YouTube, and then we have lecture slides there. So for the weeks coming up even up into October, the lecture slides are already available for students, so that's great, and they're in a PowerPoint presentation format, which is fantastic as well. Makes it easy for them to access. So if I pop back into my checklist, I'll give that a quick tick. So back into the unit, and let's consider the third point, which is our files linked to for downloading an appropriate size so that it can be conveniently downloaded off campus. Now you have to consider when uploading files or linking to files on Moodle that some students will access them from mobile devices over 3G networks, or they might have slower internet connections in university halls or at home. So you want to keep files reasonably small, or you want to warn students that they are big files and to download them on campus. So I can check some of the sizes of files within this unit just by clicking on Files under the Administration block, and what we will see is that we have a number of folders here that are quite big. But if we look, we've got the name column and then we've got the size column, and if I look down at some of the individual files that are here, so we've got some PowerPoint presentations and some Word documents, and they're within the kilobyte range of size. So not to go too much into computer theory, but we have kilobytes that are quite small, and then megabytes that are bigger, and then gigabytes that are huge. So if it's within kilobytes, then you're absolutely fine. When you get into megabytes, you maybe want to have 1 or 2 megabytes, maybe 3 at a push for things like PowerPoint presentation and Word documents. Beyond that, then it's going to get quite big and be quite slow to download. If you do have pieces of video or audio that you're either uploading into Moodle for students to download, or ideally if you have them stored in one of the external digital repositories, and they are big files, you might just want to add into the center column a little bit that warns them. So if you have the title and then in brackets, this is a large file recommended for downloading on campus. Okay, so this one's fine. And what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to wait until the next video before I move on to the next point. So that will be, explicit instructions will be in the next video.